Okay, this is kind of a controversial piece of advice, but honestly, I think it's the advice I'd give myself again if I just realized that I had gone through rock bottom and I was looking at, my childhood sexual abuse, alcoholism, and suicide, and I thought, I need to get better. The first piece of advice I would tell myself is that you need to isolate from the world for probably longer than you think. I did it for probably 2 years. And immediately, if that catches you off guard, apologies. I know people don't like that advice, but here's the truth. If you actually want to do this healing thing right, you don't get the luxury of a normal life because it's going to take everything that you have to get better. And the more distractions that you have in your life, even if those distractions are close friends, family, favorite activities, hobbies, specific jobs, whatever it is, you can't tell me that you're stuck in a certain situation because truthfully, you can always find the right situation. You just have to sacrifice for it, which means you might have to take a shitty job that puts you away from people. You might have to do a bunch of stuff that really sucks. I did. I get it. I don't feel sorry for you because feeling sorry for you isn't going to help you. I do feel sorry for you because I understand how much it sucks, but I don't feel sorry for you because I know that's not going to help. What's going to help is the raw truth. And the raw truth is that if you actually want to make a full recovery, you have to isolate. You have to be by yourself. And that doesn't mean just you. Like the first year I isolated, I lived in the upstairs room of my parents' house. So I don't mean in a closed cell away from all human contact. I'm saying you got to give up regular life. You have to give it up because there's going to be too many things that try to pull you in random directions. And at the start, there's going to be too many normal life things that are going to pull you away from the things you're trying to learn. You can't just go out to brunch with friends or go out, even if it's not to a bar. You can't just go out for a social gathering because you're in a raw state that is unhealed, and there's lots of exposure to things that people don't even realize are things that will trigger you, convince you, distract you. All these things, they're going to pull you in every direction, and you're not strong enough to handle that yet. And my argument is that the harder you isolate, the quicker you can get this done, the faster you can go back to regular life. If you don't isolate, it might take you 10 years. If you do isolate, again, the timeline is, I'm not promising timelines because I think that's bullshit and it might take somebody 1 year, it might take someone 10 years, and if they do it right all the way through. So I'm not really promising timelines, but I am saying as a general pattern, the harder you can isolate, the faster you can get this done if you stay committed. It took me, before I re-entered the world, it took me about 2 years. 2 years to feel comfortable rejoining society. Being around people, being around friends, doing things that I like. It took me about 2 years. And inside those 2 years, all I did every day was commit myself to the healing process, waking up early, getting my reading in, getting my writing done, getting my emotional exposure in through music, going to the gym, getting my workouts in, making sure all my food was tracked, spending time diving into therapeutic practices and researching psychological healing frameworks and reading books and watching YouTube videos, and then more writing, more reflecting, more asking questions, second workout of the day, meals are perfect, staying off the phone, staying off social media, going to the easy bartending job that I had that, just paid enough to get me through the day, and then going home, getting my wrap-up writing done, going to sleep early, getting 8 hours of sleep to the best that I could, or more, right? And just repeating that every single day for 2 years. Doesn't mean I never did anything fun, right? I still found time to, snowboard occasionally, every once in a while, hang out with friends, but for the most time, for 99% of the time, I was in solitude, reflecting, learning, asking questions, teaching myself meditation, working out, eating correctly, diving through therapeutic practices, writing to understand myself, and asking more questions. And That commitment, that process, that 2-year stretch of solitude gave me the launch pad to the successful recovery that I now live inside of every day. And it allowed me to rejoin the world whole, as opposed to one foot in the door, one foot out the door, trying to maintain a regular life and trying to rebuild one and never doing both fully for a long ass time. That life sucks. I see it in a lot of people. I've seen it in family members. I've seen it in friends. I know what that looks like, and that life is not a life that I wanted. So I made the sacrifice. You might say, oh, it's not a sacrifice, it's a privilege. It's fucking not. It's a sacrifice to go into solitude, to give up most of the things that you want to do. Especially for me, I was 21 when I did this. When I was 21 through 23, I gave up all of the things that people talk about makes your 20s so great and so fun. I gave it all up. And in order to get to the point that I'm at today, and I would not do it differently, you have to isolate. Again, it doesn't mean no human contact. It means commitment to solitude in order to figure this out. It might take you longer than 2 years. It might take you shorter. But it's a piece of advice people don't want to give because it's dangerous. It is dangerous to tell somebody who's raw and volatile and unhealed to be by themselves. But it's the only way to create the conditions for a focused effort that has a chance at success.